And look at, you got the two glasses in front of you.
All right, so now we're live. Nobody's watching us, but we're live. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can back this up. Yeah, Megan, you look at you right in the middle of it.
Well, yeah, my hair's still drying, so we're not fluff it.
Do that way, little computer. Okay. There we go. That should get all three of us in there, right? That's awkward though. If you unplug that, I can plug it in the piano.
Yeah.
Sweet. Knock all the puzzle pieces off the table at the same time.
I guess I don't lose your puzzle.
I started one when I was watching Mila,
Yeah.
and I then had to sadly dismantle it to take it home.
Oh man.
And I had left, so for my previous puzzle, which is currently packed up, I bought this piece of felt and this balloon, which you then roll it up. I didn't bring that with me.
Of course not. All right, so that'll get all of us in here. Let's try to move this out of the shot. Maybe over there. Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I moved in your puzzle.
That's okay. I did it once. I can do it again. So from here, I do this. I get this link. This is the downside. I'm not using a work laptop. I don't have Teams on it. What else do I have? Google.
Yes.
Oh, stop. No, do that. We are live on YouTube. Everyone can watch us right now. The entire world. Okay, send it to myself.
I do videos with the nights. They send the link and I just click on it and keep the volume shut off.
Speaking of that, and Al, because I think you're going to be the closest in this situation, I might ask you to turn our microphone on and off on that live stream.
Sure. Just tell me which button.
Yeah. There you go. Add stream. There's us. All right, good.
A couple seconds behind.
All right, let's look on our phones and see if it's up there.
Need to select anything on it.
Let's see. Okay, we're gonna have to turn that off. Okay. Actually, did that pause it on your end?
Nope.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it on just in case and just mute that. Okay, so this is the mute button down here, Al.
Okay.
That guy. And actually, you know what? There's
I look very pale.
welcome to winter. Okay, there you go. So this is there.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
That I can handle.
Because I don't need to hear us talking all the time.
Yeah.
You just tell me when to mute.
All right. All right. So it looks like the only people in is still both of us and Bob.
Okay.
But with that being said, let me run upstairs if you guys want to chat and let's see if this works.
Okay.
I'm good.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, just so I can test it.
Let us know.
Yeah. Just
Test.
Are you there?
Paging Melissa. Paging Melissa.
Can you hear us?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
And then the other thing I can do is I can throw, it's like on our phones, I can throw the video show live stream. So I can make it like that.
Paging Melissa.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Hello.
All right. Well, we have 5 minutes to go.
Now you can see all the participants.
I can see all the participants here.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you can you. I didn't know if how many we have supposedly signing in.
Right now, well, supposedly it should be the 33. Well, it'll be a little bit less because you've got some duplicates, right? Like
Of like
Carol
people in
and
the same
Frank
house.
will
Yeah.
probably log in together. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if my wife will or not. She was not feeling well.
Oh, no.
Mhm.
Sorry to hear that.
Tell her just as I was leaving her.
Welcome, everyone. If you can't hear us, I recommend hitting up in the top corner of your screen. You'll see a little, or actually, it's full screen right now. There's a little mute button on the bottom. You can mute us, you can unmute us however you'd like. But I wanted to let you know that we're going to start here in a couple of minutes. So sit tight, grab some wine, and we'll get going here in just a second. If you want to chat with us, unfortunately, we can't see you and we can't chat through the trivia app itself. But what you can do is you can head over to YouTube on a different device and you can chat through us following this YouTube link on YouTube, and then we can chat back and forth that way. So we'll be back here live again in just a couple of seconds. All right. Hello, everyone. We are going to get going here in a couple of minutes. We're still waiting for more people to log on. We've got about 4 or 5 people out of about 40 people. So hopefully they'll remember that it's tonight. Otherwise, we'll probably plan to get going here in another 4 to 5 minutes. So in the meantime, like I've said before, a couple of guidelines for this. Don't hit pause on the video on the CrowdPer app, because it doesn't catch back up later. If you accidentally hit it, that's fine. And we'll try to do a little bit of delay on our end. So that way we've got a bit of time. But the other option is that you can head over to YouTube and watch us live on YouTube and chat with us there. If you've got any questions or any feedback or just kind of want to chat with us. For those of you who don't know who I am, it's actually probably most of you. I'm Melissa. I'm the 3rd generation winemaker at Linganore, part of the family that operates Linganore. And I'm hoping you guys mostly know Megan and Al, Al's been coordinating with you guys for several years now. And Megan runs the pavilion during festivals. So if you're ever in the pavilion festivals, which is probably most people, you've probably met Megan before. Yeah. Anyway, we will be back on. We're going to go ahead and mute ourselves again, but we'll be back on to get everything going here in a bit. All right, everyone. So we are here and live in my house on a Saturday night doing trivia. I think most of you were here before we introduced ourselves, but you guys want to go around and we'll do that again?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
You can do it.
I can do it. I'll do it.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Great.
If you haven't seen me before, I work in the office, but then during events, you'll see me running the pavilion or occasionally doing offsite events.
I'm Al Cerrone. I'm the one that usually communicates with you and all the offsite events and on-site.
About everything. And I'm Melissa Allen. I am the third generation winemaker. And I feel like I always lead with that, but
Yeah.
I'm part of the family that helps run that runs Linganore. I guess I don't help run Linganore. We do run Linganore, but so that's kind of how the three of us came together here on a Saturday night. We know that the pandemic's been rough. We miss seeing all your faces. We thought about doing a Zoom. There's so many people and how does Zoom work? So we thought it would be a lot of fun to do trivia instead.
Hello? Hello? Oh, hold on, Angie.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Hey Angie. So we don't see anyone. So what it is it's a live video that's embedded into the entire trivia app. So because of that, it's not two-way. So you guys can see us and hear us, but we cannot see or hear you.
Okay,
I can see
Angie?
if you're logged in, but I can't see anything else. If you want to chat with us, head over to YouTube and
It'll
go
start
type in
shortly.
Linganore Wine Cellars, and you'll see this live video happening. And from there, you can chat with us, and we can kind of have banter. We can see the chat, have banter back and forth that way. Hopefully that makes sense. Another important piece to note before we get going here is don't press pause on this video within that crowd per app. It doesn't reload to the most current live, so it keeps you from wherever you last paused it. So if you can prevent yourself from pausing it, that'd be great.
Yeah, just let it run if you need to step out of the room.
Right.
It doesn't resync to where we are broadcasting.
Yeah, very unfortunate. But if you miss it, it's not the end of the world. You'll get the idea of what's going on from the trivia app itself. But so we're at 6:10. I say we go ahead and start with announcements, and then we'll start after that.
Sounds good.
All right. Do you guys, either of you guys, want to talk about this stuff? Or should I just keep going?
Quick question. Did Angela get on?
What is Angela's last name?
Medeo.
Why don't I see it? Yep, she is right here.
All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
Yep, she is there.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Okay, so I guess we'll start with announcements. Great. So the first announcement is about events, because everyone's wondering, when are we going to start with events again? And the best answer I can give you right now is that there's a less than 50% chance we're going to do anything in May, but there is a greater than 50% chance we're going to do something in July and October. What that something is has yet to be determined. It'll be a different format than our festivals we've had in the past. So there'll be that we'll have to figure out how that involves everyone and what we need help-wise. But I would say probably less than 50% chance for May, and greater than 50% chance for July and October. So just as an FYI for those, I know Al sent out an email and let everyone know that as of right now, we're requiring vaccines of our volunteers. We don't want to put you guys at risk. We don't want to put our customers at risk. Almost all of our employees are vaccinated or have already received the first shot because we're classified as 1C. So we're still working on that here at Linganore, and we understand that there's hurdles to get vaccines, and we can talk through all of that the closer we get to any sort of active date.
Yeah, and right now that's just waiting for things to keep moving along in the state of Maryland to let us even have events. So right now we're even restricted to what weddings and the capacity for that. So the more that we know from the state of Maryland will give us a better idea of when we can bring a festival in some form back.
Right.
this year.
Exactly. I guess the last thing we wanted to talk about really quickly is that most of you know Laura Dickey. She was our director of festivals in the past. She's no longer working at Linganore, and we are currently trying to find someone to fill that role. So right now it's vacant, but hopefully in the next 3 or 4 weeks, we'll find someone to come on.
Yeah. In the meantime, you can reach out to any of us for any questions. Al's been in contact with all the volunteers, and Melissa's overseeing that as well.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, you can contact the office and we'll find one of them.
Or answer them yourselves. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we are 13 minutes in. You guys want to get started?
Sure.
You guys ready?
Right. Ready? All right. So the way this is going to work is pretty straightforward. We're going to release the counter. It's going to start with questions. Some questions are multiple choice. Some are write-in answers. And so you're going to be asked the question. And as the counter for the amount of time for each question goes down, you lose the amount of points you could gain from answering. So the sooner you answer, the more points you get. But that doesn't mean you can't answer at all. The farther down the counter you go.
Right.
Yeah. So like I said, some write-in answers, some multiple choice answers. What we're going to do is the first one's going to be multiple choice. The second one's going to be write-in. And then we'll take a break. We'll come back live with our sound and talk about how it went, make sure everyone's on the same board, and then we'll kind of start going the game. And about every 7 to 8 questions, we'll come back in, have something to say about it, or maybe even sooner if it's really fun. And then we'll just kind of keep going from there. So I hope that makes sense to everyone. And like I said, if you have comments or questions, jump over to YouTube on a different device, type in any comments, questions, funny statements, jokes, whatever you've got, let us know that you're here, and we can go from there. Hope everyone's got some wine. So wine trivia. We are drinking the 2020 Albarino. Yeah, let's begin. All right, so that's roughly how it's going to work, guys. Every now and then I'll hit this toggle to make us come back to full screen. But other than that, we're going to remain this little bubble up in the top of your screen. So let me go ahead and go back to bubble mode, and we'll move on to question number 2. All right, so we've got 12 seconds left. Everyone at this point, I think, has logged their vote, but we'll just give it to the very end here. All right, there we go. So let's show the correct answer. So the correct answer was the feet. And 100% of you guys got that right.
Good job.
Awesome. And at this point, we'll go ahead and show the rankings and leaderboard.
So you can see who's ranking first through all the way, who's on the bottom of the leaderboard at the moment, and we'll show that every couple of questions to see how things change.
Exactly. All right, here we go. Question number 3.
Sweet.
All right, so let's go ahead on to question number 4.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit, Melissa, about where the first grapevines were grown.
wait, I'm being put on the spot here? Hold on. Okay, so obviously the correct answer here was the Caucasus of Mesopotamia, as you can see on your screen, and nobody got that one right. So you're right, it actually came from the Mideast in that area, and all the grapes that we know today are all related in parentage. Like the parent goes all the way back to those first vines there, and it's really quite amazing because the wines from there are not as well renowned as other regions of the world, but that's where everything started.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right, we'll go ahead and mute ourselves again, and we'll head back. All right, guys, the answer was Sideways. In that film, he talks strongly about how Merlot is this really crappy grape, and it plummeted the sales of Merlot and increased the sales of Pinot Noir. And actually, Merlot has had massive issues with sales ever since that movie, and only now is it kind of coming back and has a resurgence because not everyone has seen the movie. It's crazy. Yes. All right. Question number 6.
Okay, you're live.
All right. So the answer is corks. You can see 4 out of the 7 of you got the right answer. So that's not bad at all, considering it's such a weird word. I don't even want to try to pronounce it. Can you guys pronounce that?
Nope.
Buddha poenophile?
Poenophile? Maybe? Corks is
It's
what it means.
French.
It is French.
Yeah.
So this would be Eno.
Yeah.
Enophile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Question number 7. I don't think so. All right. So the answer was 1969.
You want to do a score?
Yeah, let's show the rankings. So up in first place we have
We've got the Rabbits family.
nice. And then close behind, 33 points behind, we've got Princess IGBO. And then only a couple hundred points behind that, Turtle Time. And then the Roberts family is behind that. So we have I think we've got 46 questions to go. So we've got a lot more time to change your position. So that's 7 questions in. Now you guys have a handle on how this is going to work, and let's just keep going. So this, guys, it was vermouth. All right. Yes, it is by short contact with red-skinned grapes. That's how this works. You can make it by putting white and red wine together, but it's not very commonly done that way.
And what's the fancy word for it?
Saignée. Yes. Saignée is the fancy word. It's a French word. It means to bleed. So you're bleeding out the light red juice from the entire batch that we made into red wine. That is a fancy word. You're right.
And that's how we do it.
And that's partly how we do it. It's a combination of 2 different methods, but that's part of that. And then the other method is that we take red grapes, and instead of waiting for them to be ripened for red wine, we pick them early. And from that, we actually just put it in the press and press it because they don't have a lot of red color at that point. So it comes out as kind of a pink, which is also a very common way to make it too.
Now, there are some that we use just the skins for, the red grapes.
Just the skins?
Yes.
Yes, commonly in like steeplechase, we have just the skins. We do like a high extracted to get the color for steeplechase. Yep. All right, question number 10. All right. So the answer is to make the melted cheese smooth. Although we all agree to get drunk might be more fun in a cheese situation.
It's a nice fun benefit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Eating cheese, drinking wine.
Yes.
You just
Wine
need to add
your cheese.
Right. You just need to add wine. You have to need wine next to the fondue.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right.
Ooh, what makes the bubbly bubbly?
So yes, the answer is the same thing that causes our greenhouse gases to rise. Carbon dioxide also makes the bubbly. Yep.
So you're adding to the pollution.
Whoa. I don't know about that. I say possibly, but in a very small amount. I mean, it's a good cause too. It's bubbly.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. All right, guys. Question number 12. Guys, it's called a barrel thief. I don't know why. I mean, obviously you're stealing wine from the barrel, so it must be the thief part, right?
Yeah.
But the way it works is that you put it inside the barrel, you put your thumb on it, and you pull it out. So it's kind of like suction on a straw. We just call it a thief. Yeah. Actually, let's go ahead and show the live answer results for that one. So almost everyone got that one wrong. All right, question number 13.
This one I do not know.
Here we go. All right. All you out there who know this, which was neither of them, by the way, no idea. It was UB40, was the one that they hit in the 1980s. I think it was actually a Neil Diamond song that they covered. But here are our live results. And let's go ahead and we'll show the ranking board.
See who's in first place.
Yeah, so here we go. We've got Maggie May Rabitz in first place. We've got Princess IGBO in second place. Turtle Time still in third, and DJW Roberts in fourth. So,
We got some strong contenders. That doesn't mean anybody else can't
Swoop
come
in at
in
the
late.
I know, exactly. All right, let's head on to the next question. You guys all got it right.
Woo, good
which
job.
is fantastic, because when we did this with our wine club, I don't think that was the case. You guys are our volunteers. You know this answer. All right, question number 15. All right, so the correct answer is to avoid the heat of your hands warming up the wine. That is actually why we don't do it. That being said, you guys are all aware that at our on-site festivals, we use stemless glasses.
For an entirely different reason.
Yes. Do you guys want to explain the reason for that?
They get knocked over.
They get knocked over. People decide to smash the stems, and so we're forever picking up broken stem parts of glasses. So
For safety reasons.
For safety
we went
reasons.
stemless.
Mainly
exactly.
safety.
Yeah, exactly. We did that. Wow, I can't remember 2005-ish. Does that sound about
It's
right?
been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
But if any of you are long-time volunteers, you have your stash and supply, little stemmed glasses from back in the day.
Well, we did them a couple of years ago with the when we had the breweries and the winery. They had the little
at the beer and wine festival.
beer and wine festival with the tokens in them.
Right, exactly. All right, question number 16. Looks like most of you guys got that one right. Okay. All right, for all you Friends fans out there, you know that this was Rachel who way overindulged, had too much to drink, and then took this guy's cell phone and put it in like the water bath that was sitting there to keep their wine cold on the table. Yeah, for all of you Friends fans, I am certainly one of them. Let's go ahead and show the live answers on that one. You can see all the options that came in. And so about every time that we get to one of these write-in options, we'll go ahead and do the leaderboard. So here we go. Back to the leaderboard. All right.
Top
Whoa. Look how close that is, though.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, man.
Bob's getting
Caught up.
He is. Yep. I will say that when we did this with the wine club, the last 3 questions, everything flipped. So just because you think you have it, I will say, beware. We're tricky people here at Linganore. All right, guys, let's continue on. Okay, it is honey. That was really great, guys. Honey is the correct answer. We've been making mead at Linganore since the 80s. And we are actually, if you don't know this, we are the supplier of mead for the Maryland Renaissance Festival, which I just saw the other day is happening again this year.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So we get to make a lot of mead in a couple of months.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Exactly.
The other thing too is not last year, but the year before, we took we did not take it, but I think we should take it to the Frederick Fair because one of our competitors sells their mead.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Cool.
So we
could take that there as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Assuming we do it this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. All right. Question number 19. There you go. All right. The correct answer was B. That was a tough one. Here's the live answers to this. You guys are pretty split on this one. All right. Let's head on to question number 20.
Dang, that's not a bad second answer.
All right. So this one's called an aroma wheel. It is about this big or so. And it's like kind of divvied up into pie-shaped sections. So there'll be a section that says like herbal, and a section that says fruity, and a section that says mineral. And so you go from there, then you pick the next one that has like, say if you're under herbal, like is it savory or sweet or grassy? And then from that you get like, is it thyme or oregano? So it kind of helps develop your palate. It like pushes you down a path. So that way you can try to figure out what smells you're determining within your wine. I would say any questions on that, but this is not a two-way conversation.
Yeah.
It is unfortunately very much a one-way conversation. It's like being live on Facebook. If you guys have ever done that before, it feels just like this. All right, question 21. All right, so the answer on this one is to taste it from year to year and see how it evolves. So answer B. It's a lot of fun to do in the wineries. Right before the pandemic, we were getting ready to do a class with all of our staff, doing a vertical tasting of Bacioni from 2009 forward. So it's just 2009, 2010, 11, 12, the whole way through until 2019. And then the pandemic happened, and all those bottles are still sitting in the lab, anxiously waiting to be tasted, but they're sitting there and cannot wait for someone to open them. So hopefully soon we'll get to do that with the staff.
Yeah.
When you say tasting from year to year, basically the only thing that really has changed is the environment the grapes are grown in.
For the most part, right. So the climate, which encompasses a lot, right? Climate is not just the rain, but it's the sun and the cloudy days and
Humidity.
humidity. And was there a hurricane the day we wanted to pick it? You know,
Yeah.
everything else goes
Right.
into climate. You know, was there a frost in the spring? You know,
Well,
But-
the point was that you don't change how you make it. It's mainly
well, to be fair, we do change it a little bit because we still want to make a premium product.
right.
So in 2018, it rained a lot. In case anyone had forgotten that, let me tell you again. In 2018, it rained a lot. A lot. And we had to change how we made wine in 2018 because if we just made it the way we made it in, say, 2019, which was a fantastic year, it wouldn't have ended up anywhere near palatable.
Yeah.
So we do change it, but we're always trying to achieve the same end goal, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, let's head on to question number 22.
We were just commenting how smart you all are.
Yes. On this one, you guys all got it right. 100% of you, frost and disease, that is our biggest fear. And that actually starts, not right now. I know the flowers are blooming, the forsythia is out, the daffodils are out, the trees are budding, maybe even blooming. We're not there yet with the grapes. Grapes don't start kind of pushing their buds until about the 20th of April, most years. And this year, we're probably looking about that time period. Now, after that, that's when the whole thing, like we sit there and like, no frost. But at the property, we actually have 8 frost machines.
Right.
That help to circulate the air so we don't get sitting cold air, which is what causes the frost. Eric comes in at 2 a.m. and turns them on. So that way we don't end up with a frost.
Well, plus also it comes in early to do all of the spraying.
Yeah, he does all the spraying too. Exactly. All right. Well, let's head on to question number 23.
There we go.
Sorry, guys. We were talking about frost machines and how they worked. I'm sitting here making like big airplane. I'm not sure if you can see that in the little bubble. Here, I'll make me big. There. We were making these big airplane-looking motions about how the frost machines work. So, all right. So this one, though, what should be avoided while tasting wine? The answer is wearing perfume. I think you guys probably actually all know this one. But so wearing perfume, because you're trying to taste aromas, if you got perfume on, you've got something else in your bubble,
Close to your body.
right? That you're also smelling. So, if any time that you are pouring wine or working with a customer with wine or tasting wine yourself, I recommend no perfume.
It's in the guidelines that they all receive.
Perfect. Even in the guidelines,
Yes.
it's like we planned this out. Cool.
That along with dress code.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's head on to question number 24. 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! All right, guys. The answer for this one was the Cosmopolitan. And here were all the results, or all the other answers as well. Yeah. I'm not sure I would have done this one, honestly. I never watched Sex and the City.
I don't think I've watched it all the way through, but I've definitely seen most of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's most the go-to.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen a few.
Gotcha. All right, let's look at that ranking board. Here we go. Look at that. It all flipped.
Oh man.
We got Turtle Time up top, Princess IGBO in second, and Maggie May Rabitz down there in third. Nice.
The Martinezes in fourth.
Yep. Roberts in fifth. Tammy Girls in sixth, and Leonora Angelica in seventh. Good job, guys. Let's go ahead on to question number 25.
We're back. And Hoda.
Both the Kathy Lee and Huda. I have no idea who Kathy Lee and Huda is. All right. You guys win. That one you guys all got right. So I live in a bubble. I don't know who these people are. I did not make all these questions, clearly. But you guys did a great job on that one. Let's go on to question number 26. All right. Most of you guys got that right. When it lacks acidity. It's a weird word to call it flabby, though.
Yeah.
When it lacks acidity. I don't think.
Does it even like describe the mouthfeel
Right.
of like?
No.
It's like,
I know, it just seems a little thin. Like, that's how I would describe it.
Mhm.
So I teach this class at the local community college, and I was trying to describe it to students. And because it's on a campus, I can't let the students try any wines. So I was trying to describe flabby. One of the students is like, is it like food without enough salt? I was like, yes, it's like food without enough salt. That is exactly what flabby is like for a wine. And not all wines need acidity, but usually white wines have a bit of acidity or some sort of like a backbone to it.
Mhm.
And without that, it comes across as a little flabby. Such a weird word to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a wonderful wine word.
no.
Yeah. All right. Question number 27. Okay. You guys win at that one too. All of you got that one right. Ernest Hemingway. Good job. All right. Question number 28.
Right.
Okay, guys, this one was tricky. Only one of you got this one right. Do you want me to explain why?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
because I would have got it wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Gewürztraminer, which is pretty similar and actually the parent to our Treminette. So you guys have had Treminette before. It's in a blue
Yeah.
bottle.
Right.
So the parentage to that is Gewürztraminer. And Gewürztraminer has a very floral, spicy nose to it. And usually it's a little on the sweet side. Not very sweet, but a little on the sweet side. And because of all that complex aromatics, plus the little hints of residual sugar, means it pairs really well with foods that are very spicy and have a lot of character to them. As opposed to, say, Chardonnay, where Chardonnay, I'm not going to call it one-dimensional, but it's more of a buttery, oaky nose instead of something the floral and spicy. So it doesn't pair super well with Thai or sushi or anything like that. Yeah. There you go. Answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 29.
Okay.
Sure. Okay, guys. This one's tricky. And actually, for a while there, I had my phone on as like a test player, and then I removed it because I knew this question was coming up. So here is how everyone voted. It is Alan. It sounds like Alan, but it's pronounced or looks like Alien or Alien or however you want to be a telemarketer and try to pronounce my last name. So it's Aellen. And it's German Swiss, actually. My great grandfather was from the German part of Switzerland and came here in the 1920s, and that's how we ended up here. Yeah, true story. All right, let's go ahead and do the leaderboard.
I think that one was weighted a little heavier.
That one was weighted heavier. Yeah. Look at that. Still pretty much in the same order, but you can see that the gaps are rising and growing. So I don't know if you guys saw this in the email, but there are prizes for the top 3 winners.
Yeah.
Gift cards to Leonor, which what more can you want, really?
I mean, we've got new wines coming out, so you can use it towards that or your favorite.
Exactly. All right, let's go on to question number 30. All right, guys. So this one relates to the alcohol. I don't know why though, because alcohol kind of has this like cooling sensation. I guess it kind of burns a little bit, right? If there's too much, you breathe it out of your nose. Think about if you have like a shot of whiskey.
Overproof.
Yeah, exactly. So that comes across as hot. So we always call it a hot wine when it's like that. Yeah. It's just a term.
Yeah.
Does it change sometimes depending on the grape? Like, can it exceed a certain ABV where it then tastes off and gets that hot quality.
Right. So it's like a balance. So the grapes around here usually come in at a sugar level that ends us between 12 and 13% alcohol. But in California, specifically in Lodi, it's very hot in Lodi.
Right.
So the grapes, what some people will say, over ripen. So the alcohol comes in 15, 16, even 17%.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually get to add water to kind of like balance it out some. And if they don't add enough water, it does come across as hot. Like the wines from Lodi that we find out here. There are fantastic wines from Lodi. Let me put this out there. There are fantastic wines from Lodi that are not widely distributed, but for the most part, the widely distributed ones, they taste lovely, but they tend to be big fruit bombs and are just hot in general. If that makes sense. Yeah. And other regions too. Australia tends to have the same problem sometimes. Yeah. See, wine knowledge on a Saturday night.
Yeah, learn something every time.
Exactly. All right, let's go on to the next question. All right, this one is B, Alanis Morissette. Someone else want to say this one? The answer is everyone. It is wild game. So venison is deer.
Yeah.
Yep. Wild game. All right, everyone. So the answer for this one was 64. Yeah. And
how many people got it right?
We had 2 people out of 7 get it right. All right. So let's go ahead and do the rankings. Here we are again.
Ooh, first and second is close.
It is very
within
close.
100 points.
Yep. 500 points behind. We've got the Rabbits. Martinez behind that. Roberts and the Tammy girls, and then Angelica.
Yeah.
We're getting there. All right, guys. We have 33 out of 47 questions. So
how many?
47.
Crunch time.
I know.
Crunch time.
This is it. If you got the right answer quickly. You get more points that way.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Okay, so the correct answer on that one was 75. So we have 75 right now. We're planting 8 acres in the next 2 years, though. So we'll be up there. I think at this point, we're still the largest single planting in Maryland. But there's a couple of other wineries that are planting vineyards in Montgomery County that are going to outcompete us, I think. Shortly. I know. Black Ankle, Old Westminster. There's other fantastic wineries if you haven't tried them, but they're the plan, which is because see vines and houses, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, much better.
Yeah. Okay, question number 35. All right, let's go ahead and show the live answer results on this one. So most people got this one wrong. So the big 6 are the 6 most planted varieties. Yeah, that's what we would call them around here. Although I like the 6 companies that control wine business because there's a lot of wine made under the top. Actually, even 3 companies in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're really small fish, very big sea when it comes to that. Okay, question number 36. She comes home and she crashes, guys. She's tired.
Yeah.
All right.
Life is too short to drink bad wine.
Fact.
Yes. It was not Shakespeare. Everyone got that one wrong. Huh. Funny. There we go.
So who is answer B?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, who is that?
This is not useful. Not my question.
All right.
Just playing the game. All right, question number 37, guys. All right. So a fortified wine is a wine with added alcohol. So like ports, cherries, that sort of thing. Added alcohol to it.
What is grappa considered?
Grappa is considered alcohol. Just straight up alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah. So grappa is actually is spirits made from the skins and the seeds of grapes. So we'll press it. We take the juice part for wine, and then the rest of it is like usually added back to like the lowest quality juice, which comes out from the end of the pressing cycle. Mm-hmm. We put that together, ferment it, and then once it's fermented, you distill it, and then grappa. So usually it's pretty tannic, highly aromatic, and it just kind of depends on the grape variety. Sometimes grappas made in Italy can be like extremely overbearing and just difficult to process, but there are some made here in the States that are quite fantastic. There's the tall bottles here on the end are grappas. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to question number 38. Right, guys. This one was AC/DC.
Who would have thunk that?
I know. Yeah, as you were just saying, beer, liquor.
Well, I think of beer and liquor is rock and roll.
Right. Yeah, not so much
Wine.
wine. It's good though.
Yeah.
I'll take it. All right, question number 39.
Well, it's also not capitalized.
We're not going to be. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So this one was the cork oak. So cork trees take 20 years to grow, and you only get to harvest them once every 20 years, and then they grow back. But you take the bark off of it. You don't cut the tree down. You literally just strip the bark off of it, and then you make punches in it, which is the cork. That is how that works. But it is a very long process.
It takes a lot of bark.
It takes a lot of bark, exactly. Yeah. So like this one cork right here is 20 years old.
Huh.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Now that's the regular cork. No.
Right. So this is what we call a natural cork.
Right.
I don't know if you guys can see that. That's not a very good example.
Right.
But so this is all one piece of cork, as opposed to another type called agglomerated cork, where they take cork pieces and grind them up and then glue them back together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the other type that's pretty common is called synthetic cork. And we used to use a lot of synthetic cork, and it's made out of plastic. For those of you who don't know, which is probably most of you, we've switched to screw caps for our sweet wines,
That's
and
what
so we
this
have
was.
no more corks. Not for our sweet wines. For our
Yeah.
dry wines, anything the banner label, the L label, the reserve label, that's all still cork. But all of our sweet wines are now screw cap.
Which will save a lot of effort.
A lot of
Yes.
effort. No more opening bottles. Everyone can open the bottle and close the bottle by themselves. Exactly.
Except that'll be more trash.
Perhaps. All right, guys. Let's move on to question number 40. All right. So for this one, how many do we have right? One person got this one right. So in 1976, the winery opened, but our family moved onto the farm in 1971 or 1972, and they bought it in 1971. So those are close answers, but not quite right answers. So let's go ahead. We've got 7 questions remaining. Let's go ahead and look at that leaderboard. All right. Still looking like stuff, roughly the same order. I apologize for that. It's close though. Like I said, these last couple of questions here are pretty tricky. So
Who we got 1 and 2?
we've got Turtle Time and Princess IGBO as the first 2 up there. Okay, guys, let's go on. Move on to question number 41. All right. So this one was Bollinger. About half of you guys got that one correct. All right, question 42. All right, so first I'm putting up the percentage of correct votes. The second thing I'm going to put up here is the correct answer, which unfortunately was nobody here. So the reason for the high moisture content is because of this little 20-year-old piece of wood. So we don't want this to dry out, because if it dries out, we're letting more air into the wine than we want, or the wine actually could leak out of the cork and the cork degrades. So the higher the moisture content, the better. Now you can get too high and you get mold and mildew growth, but 70-75% is approximately where we want to see it. Yeah. Now you know.
Another fun fact.
Yeah. Now this does not matter for screw caps. Screw caps have a lining in them that keep them on there, regardless if it's stored upside down, on its side or right side up. That lining does a very good job of keeping oxygen out and does not need to be moisture sensitive. It is not moisture sensitive.
And you still put the black around it, right?
No, so it doesn't come with that. Let me actually grab one really quick. I'll be right back, guys. It's one in my fridge. So you can see, this is our new screw caps.
Okay, so it's black.
It's black the whole way around, but there's no capsule on top.
Okay.
So when it unscrews, it'll just come right off like a regular soda bottle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is that the same black on all of the wines, or do you have different colors?
Everything is black.
Okay.
We ran into a production snafu with the pandemic where we couldn't get the capsules we wanted when we wanted them. So not everything has this Linganore on it.
Okay.
And there are 3 different shades of black out there, but everything is at least black. Last year was a crazy year, guys. Everything was crazy. But some of them were gloss, some of them are semi-gloss, some of them are matte,
right.
And some of them say Linganore and some of them don't. So that's kind of what happened last year. But moving forward, everything will say Linganore and all be, this is a semi-gloss cap on it. So there you go. All right, 5 questions to go. All right, so for this one is grapevines. And the way you say that word, I know this because I had to take a test on it, is ampelographer.
Oh, that's much easier to say.
Yes, ampelographer. Yeah, so it's the study of grapevines, and more specifically, like being able to look at grapevines and identify them from their physical characteristics. So like see a leaf that looks like this, or a trunk that looks like that, or a grape cluster that looks like this, and then you can identify it from that, which is pretty cool.
That is very cool.
It takes a lot of talent, a
yes.
lot of noticing and time and effort to get to that. But once I had a test in college where they put me out into a field after they picked the grapes, so I couldn't even tell what color grape it was. And like, here are these vines. What kind of grape is it? So that was difficult. I did not ace that test. It was very difficult.
I know I wouldn't.
Yeah. All right, question number 44, getting to the end. Cool. All right. So this one is actually really difficult. The point value on this was very high. So the correct answer was windmills. So in Austria, they use these specific windmills to sit there and kind of scare away any sort of birds. Here we use netting, which is net all of our vines, but they have these windmills, these old windmills that they use in Austria to keep the birds away. Yeah, kind of crazy. Okay, with only a couple of questions left, let's take a look at that ranking board again. Ooh, the tides have turned.
Yeah.
Big
Look at
time.
that.
Look at that.
Who's number one?
Usually, we've got Princess IGBO, number 1, Turtle Time, number 2, Maggie May Rabitz, number 3, Nothing Trivial About Us is the number 4, Tammy Girls is number 5, DJW Roberts is number 6, and Lingler Angelica is in number 7.
Ooh.
So we are almost done, guys. Oh, it's so close.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Question number 45. Okay, so the answer for this one is Argentina. Highest Vineyards. Let's go ahead and look at that breakdown. 4 people for Argentina. That's great. All right, second to last question. So what I'll do is, should you want to do it now? We'll do the ranking board now.
Wait to the last,
Wait
second
till
to the
last.
last one.
Okay,
We've only got 2 left.
we've only got 2 left.
Yeah, so after the next one.
Then we'll do the ranking board again?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Here we go. Question number 46. All right, so here were our answers. And we had one person get the correct answer. 12. It takes 12 bottles to fill a Hallemanzar bottle. So that's 1 case of wine in a bottle, which would be a very easy way to carry home a case of wine. Or a very big bottle.
I'm not sure who can lift that much up.
Right?
I mean, it would just be a different ratio of your grip strength. It might be easier, honestly.
That's true.
Drop it and you'll be in trouble.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Not just one bottle would break. The whole bottle would break.
Yes, right. All right. So
All
let's
right.
see what we got
Let's
going into
see what
the
we got.
last question.
Sounds good. All right, so I have a 500-point lead with Princess IGBO over Turtle Time. Maggie May is in 3rd. Nothing Trivial About Us is in 4th.
So
All
this,
right,
this
guys.
is the last one
Last question.
to see who's the winner.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, here's our live answers. And the correct answer was, there we go.
2 people.
2.5 pounds, 2 votes. That's how many grapes it takes.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm going to skip through this next question here. All right. So let's show that ranking board. There we go. Princess IGBO is the winner. Oh, let me throw it up there for you guys. There you go. Sorry about that. Oh, pause the game. Boop. There we go. All right. So Princess IGBO is the winner. Turtle Time came in second, and Maggie May came in third. Wonderful. Well,
Good job to all the participants.
Yes,
Yeah.
great
Yep.
job.
I will write down and keep track of everyone who won, and we'll get you guys out an email, gift cards for the top 3 participants. And thank you so much for everyone for playing.
Yes, it's been a great pleasure.
And hopefully we'll see you up at the winery soon enough. And you're welcome to come anytime and stop by and say hi whenever you have a chance.
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. Have a great
Have a
night.
good night.
Bye.